Hello Cancer, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect. This is your reading for the rest of July 2020. There's at least 2 stories going on here. It's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Never give your power up to reader. Yada yada. What I'm actually initially saw, which has not been what's transpired in the clarifications, is that there is someone here who I think has very much wanted to have a child, and they are accepting that that is not going to happen, and they're now looking to move forward. They're guided to move forward. It's time to move forward with their partner, but it's a case of the children will not be involved in their relationship. I think with what I'm getting at the base of the deck here, Tower and the Tree card is very much suggesting hospital. This has been a burden, it's been a lot of soul searching, it's been going on for a very long time, and the Stork card is in reverse here. And so I think that someone has maybe tried IVF, or maybe had had yourselves checked out and you tried everything and it just feels like it's not happening, and there is an acceptance here. Before I clarified, totally different story for someone, that it's just time to move on. They are guided here to move in a new path. This is something that someone has struggled long and hard with. It's made them irritable. It's probably caused a lot of quarrels in their relationship. They maybe even have deceived themselves for some time, or have deceived their partner, that, in whatever way. It's about also lying to ourselves with the glaucoma in reverse, lying hard, really hard. It might be that you've been saying that you're okay with the situation. That's absolutely not how you feel. You actually are very angry. Yeah. And so if that is your story, and it is very much like just one layer of it, is that it's like the mini read, it is to say that it is really time to present your true self, because things will only get worse, and ultimately it's something that could damage your relationship with your partner if you just don't, if you don't express yourself honestly how you genuinely feel about the situation. That goes for both of you, whoever I'm reading for here. So that was the first story that came out, and it almost seems for someone here that they have been in 2 minds with the 2 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. They've been like trying to, with the 8 of Pentacles, someone that's done a lot of research. This is someone that's worked really hard on at least 2 aspects of their life, or in terms of making a decision as to which direction to go in, whether it's children or work. But it's also just someone who, like I say, has researched everything. They've been literally burning the midnight oil here, trying to come up with an answer to get this child. And that has created a lot of mental irritability, a lot of confusion, not seeing things clearly, almost going round in circles here. But at the same time, they've been trying to keep other aspects of their life, all the plates that we spin, just there. So they go out and, they do the work and they deal with their family and, the bills and their partner and everything. But at night, they're like researching, trying to find a resolution to this. And this reading is very much saying, Cancer, that it is time for a change. It's to the Page of Wands, get excited about something new, find new inspiration. The Page of Wands does also suggest good news, communication of good news, but that good news is very much about time, that you focus on your relationship, which is the LOM, a long-term relationship one in which you are very giving, staying relaxed, it's about random acts of kindness. It's just about being kind to one another, because you've probably been through quite a lot for quite some time, with the Lily card at the bottom here that feels that it's been going on for quite some time. And now I just sort of feel for some of them that, you know, with the Strength card in reverse in the coffin, it's too much. And it is really, it's almost like you've given your life to this. You've given your mind to the authorities, the powers that be, the doctors, the researchers, whatever it may be. It just feels like it's been all consuming, and now it's just too much, and it is time to let it go. It's time to focus on your relationship, all the good stuff you got going, because some people don't even get that, and move in a new direction, however hard that may be. So that is for some that I'm reading for. Getting into, like, I don't say if it's regular tarot, but you know, most people turn to tarot because they're having issues in their relationship here. This other story is the fact that this is something that ended before it even begun. This is a relationship where someone was probably juggling you and one other person. This is someone who you thought would be your natural magical partner. You maybe had a lot of good times with them. This is all about merriment and fanciful, you know, future focusing. You're just like really connected and everything's great, and there's a lot of joy and happiness, and you know, you're like, your inner child's just connected and you just had a lot of fun. But then it came to an abrupt halt here, because we have got the gland corner in reverse. This is usually my narcissist card. This is someone who has deceived you, or you've deceived yourself about what this relationship actually was. You become almost a slave to it. You've given up aspects of yourself. You've let them make decisions for you. It almost feels like this whole part here with the child and the fawn was the sort of the love bombing stage of an early, you know, doors relationship. It was just all consuming. It was fantastic. You know, you had a new lease of life, and it came to an abrupt halt. Because the Glancomer, I mean, he is my, you know, he's my Slick Harry. He presents an entirely false image of himself. But I have to say, with the fawn here, it takes two to tango. And, you know, what a very powerful aspect of narcissism is that it is a combined fantasy. You buy into it. You know, they're only projecting back what you want from a relationship. Ultimately, on some level, you know, they're not capable of presenting their honest true selves. They maybe don't feel that they are good enough. Whatever the base reasons are for them doing what they do, it doesn't really matter. The fact is, I think you've been maybe caught up in a little fantasy here, and it's just ended really abruptly, and it's sapped your strength. Or indeed, the Glancomer here, the person you're dealing with doesn't have the courage to present themselves honestly. But it is ultimately time to move in a new direction. I mean, there might be a new relationship coming in for you with the Lom card here. I don't really see that, I'll be honest. I'm really just sort of seeing that this is someone who knows it's time, and they want, you know, they want this kind of relationship. They want something that is, you know, a giving relationship, an equal relationship. It's giving and receiving, just working together. It almost feels a bit vanilla, I'm not going to lie, which is not a bad thing at all. But it might seem a bit vanilla after you've had all the excitement of this, but now you've seen how this crashes and burns. You know, the slightest breeze. This is something that is, you know, substantial and long-lasting and honest. And what you probably had that didn't really get off the ground and stopped abruptly will hopefully teach you that this is much more desirable. It doesn't come easy and takes a lot of hard work. So yeah, a bit of an odd one because there was two distinct stories going on here, but it is most definitely for Cancer a time for change, a time to, you know, look to the future, get excited about something. But with your next relationship, if this resonates with you, it needs to be taken slowly. It needs to be, you know, built up properly from the ground up, with a real understanding of who you are, what you want, and who you're dealing with. So advice please for Cancer for the rest of July 2020. Cancer, advice. Advice for Cancer. See beyond your current situation. That's my Seer card. Another new deck. Advice for Cancer for the rest of July. The Empress, the Mother, the Chariot. It's the same thing, really. I do sort of feel that someone is really quite emotional here. So this is your advice. It is to see beyond your current situation. It's to look to the future. It's to look to what actually fulfills you. It's an acceptance of either, you know, a sort of relationship that either didn't get off the ground, or the fact that you're not able to have children, and now you need to look to the future. You need to look to what excites you, to what's fun. Have fun. Page of Wands is like getting really inspired. This is someone who's got a lot of brilliant ideas. This is the guy around the table in the morning meeting who comes out with absolute belters, you know, and everyone's like, oh, why didn't we think of that? This is something really new, and it might be on the work front, so you might be choosing where you were before to focus on your work, or just to focus on building something, you know, really long lasting with the Knight of Pentacles, and take your time. But with the Empress and the Chariot, this is just, you know, looking towards abundance. This is suggesting with the Chariot that there's real material success ahead. It's almost that this Chariot is very different. This is a new deck. This Chariot depicts a woman, the first one I've ever had of this, and she's not even holding the reins. She almost sort of is driving forward, you know, with the will of her own mind. So she knows really what she wants to create. She's been guided in a certain direction and knows what she wants to create. It's almost effortless, but it is also a very much a slow burn, is what I'm getting, Cancer. It's a slow burn. It is built properly. And it's what will be created is the real deal. That's your reading, Cancer, for the rest of July. Please like, subscribe, reach out for a personal if you would like one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.